Hi, so in today's video, we're going to take you through the best happy hours in Healdsburg. Obviously, Sonoma County in Healdsburg is known for a lot of things, food, wine, but today we're going to taste some of the best cocktails around, and better than that, they're at discount price.
Who doesn't love a deal? And the nice thing is there's so many happy hours just around this square, all within walking distance, so it makes for a great evening.
So the first one we're going to go and see is Little Saint, and then we're going to go and check out the Matheson, which is just in Healdsburg Plaza, and then we've got 2 or 3 more coming. So yeah, follow along and we'll take you through the best happy hours in Healdsburg. And if you don't know who we are, I'm David Hargreaves.
And I'm Jonathan Bruington.
And we're the BruingtonHargreaves Team at W Real Estate, one of the top teams in Sonoma County, doing over $70 million of business last year. And if you are interested in knowing anything about real estate, then do get in touch at contact@BruingtonHargreaves.com or just give us a call at 707-238-2112.
We look forward to hearing from you. Here we are at the Little Saint. It's my choice today because the Little Saint, as many of you might know, is a completely plant-based restaurant. So as a vegetarian, it's really nice to have a plant-based option with tons of gourmet foods and bites. And it's got other stuff as well.
And many of you will know Little Saint in its previous iteration, which was the Shed, which people used to love. It was great for coming to buy like local produce, kitchenwares. And then it got sold, and it was actually then originally co-owned by Single Thread. So the food used to be done by Single Thread, and it was a vegan restaurant, back then. But now Single Thread is no longer involved, and it's just like Little Saint, still vegan. But they do have a great happy hour, and I've heard they've got some great cocktails. So we're going to go in and see what they got.
Yeah, let's take a look.
One of the great things about Little Saint is you can come here on a Friday for happy hour, because happy hour runs Wednesday to Sunday, 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock. And they've got cocktails, which are $8. They've got their beer, which is $7.50, and they've got wine at $8 a glass. So yeah, they've got a lot to choose from.
And they've also got some great bites, again, plant-based, but it's fun to see the different flavors they bring in. They rotate through seasonally, but they have a great beet dip, a roasted carrot dip, or right now an artichoke and hummus dip. So we look forward to trying some.
So what are you drinking?
I got a house margarita today.
And I've got the West Coast IPA. So they have an IPA which they rotate, I think, every few weeks. So this is West Coast IPA. I'm not sure the brewery. Yeah, it tastes good.
Sure.
It is.
And they've also got a wonderful dinner as well. So they've got brunch, happy hour, and dinner. Again, as David mentioned, everything's going to be plant-based, but they have a variety of cuisines for dinner. You can get a pizza, you can get a curry, lots of different options. Just, again, bear in mind that it is all plant-based, but if that's what you're looking for, it's absolutely delicious. Another thing I should mention is that it's nice to have options. So just a couple of weeks ago, my wife and I were walking around town with our dog, and we actually took the opportunity to sit outside with our dog, and we were able to enjoy happy hour out there. It's just nice to have that option as you're in and about town. So it's good to know if you are walking around with your dog. So we've enjoyed happy hour here at Little Saint, and now we've actually got Natalia, the GM and beverage manager here at Little Saint, to tell us a little bit about their story and how they got here.
Yeah, so hi everyone. Little Saint has been in Healdsburg for almost 3 years now. We are 100% plant-based, and we do have a farm on West Side Road, which is roughly 5 minutes away from here. And we use a lot of the produce that is grown there here in our dishes and in the cocktail program.
Very cool. Do you have any flagship cocktails or your favorite cocktails that Little Saint's known for or that you would recommend?
So absolutely, yes, I do have some favorites. We are hyper seasonal, so our menu changes every 3 months. I think that currently my favorite ones are Dusty Rose. We use strawberries from our farm. It's kind of a fun play on a French 75. We use Rue de Rêve Aperitif Rosé, which is made by women, and we love supporting them. It's distilled in Sonoma, and it's topped off with some cava, so it's really light and refreshing.
Wonderful.
And perfect for the beginning of spring. And for our happy hour, definitely our margarita. Yes, made fresh. super refreshing. Yeah.
I chose well then.
Yeah, you did. I see you had a couple, maybe one.
One.
Just one. Okay.
Well, that was fun. What a way to start. But what's next, David?
So now we're heading over to the Matheson where they have a happy hour on the ground floor. So let's head over there.
All right, let's check it out. Here we are at Matheson's Happy Hour. It's served from 4 to 6 every night of the week. So again, another great option for a Friday night. A lot of people don't realize that Matheson as an upscale restaurant has such a great happy hour. So we're excited to try it.
And we're on the ground floor, which is where the happy hour is. But then upstairs, you got Roof 106, which is a great sort of informal dining place. You've got a great outdoor space as well as an indoor. And then downstairs on the ground floor is where the sort of super fancy dining is. And then in the back room, there is a super high-end sushi place, which I've personally never been to, but apparently it is amazing. It's a concession. They've got one in LA, one in New York, and then one in little old Healdsburg. So, but here today, we're here to try the happy hour menu and see what we get. So one of the things I didn't realize is that at the Matheson, the wine wall is also part of the happy hour, and you actually get 30% off, which is amazing, because there's some serious bottles of wine on this wine wall. Once you pay over here, you give your debit card over, and then literally you'll just tap your card and you get a pour. So here, for example, we've got Flowers, which is out on West Side Road in Healdsburg. That's their Chardonnay. But as you work down the line, you get more like bigger and bigger wine. So right at the end, I think there's a Fort, there's a Chateau Yquem, which is like a super fancy dessert wine. And then in the middle, I know you've got Jesse Katz has got some wines here. You got the Setting, which is super fancy winery over in Napa. So yeah, you can taste whatever you want, and it's all 30% off. Cheers.
Cheers. And we may be a day late, but David and I actually are celebrating BruingtonHargreaves winning Best Team of the Year, both in volumes and units at W Real Estate, the largest Sonoma County brokerage. So we're pretty happy about that. Thank you to all of our clients for making that year a success.
Definitely. And here's to 2025 also being another great year.
Here we go. Another successful trip here to Matheson's Happy Hour. It's a little more crowded inside, so it's a little livelier atmosphere than Little Saint. But as always, great food, great drinks. I had a gin martini, which was quite tasty. And how was your drink, David?
I had Negroni. And to be honest, there's so few places where you can actually go for happy hour on a Friday night. So this is definitely one that you should add to your list. So we're now outside, lo and behold, so we're going to go and check this out. And they've got a really interesting mix of more creative cocktails. If you don't know where lo and behold is, it's just by the traffic circle, which we call a roundabout, as you're coming into Healdsburg.
And we're going to get a chance to meet one of the owners, Laura. She's going to take good care of us, I'm sure, and share with us kind of what they offer here. Not only do they have drinks, but they also have a few bites as well. It's a really great atmosphere with a lot of different areas inside. So let's go on and take a look.
So now we're at Lo and Behold, and in fact, they've just started doing a happy hour, and we've been joined by Laura, who's one of the owners. So yeah, thank you for serving us today.
Yes, thanks for coming in.
How's the happy hour work?
So we just started it. It's every day that we're open, which is Thursday through Monday, 11:30 to midnight. We're normally open. Happy hours from 3 to 5 p.m. every single day that we're open. And we've got great specials on drinks, a lot of $9 cocktails. We're all a lot of classics in there, and some of our sangria and our punch, which we're kind of known for using like local citrus and delicious things from the garden. And then some wine specials and beer specials. And then we also give out free bar snacks as well during happy hour to everybody that comes in. So, yeah.
So what are you thinking you're going to drink?
I don't know. Do you have any recommendations for us?
I'm a daiquiri girl, and with this like hot weather going on, I feel like the daiquiri, we're using Kohana rum, and it's really awesome Hawaiian agricole style rum. It's one of my favorites. And then sangria is also really good too. So.
Lee, can't argue with the owner.
Yeah.
Let's try a daiquiri and a sangria.
Yeah.
A beer for the sangria?
Okay, awesome.
So let's touch that at the end.
So one of the things unique that we do here is our cocktails on tap. So we have carbonated cocktails. The whole drink is carbonated, so we build them in big kegs, carbonate the entire thing, and then pull it right from tap. So of those, the Guava Paloma is our biggest seller. It's like guava, fresh, a little bit of lychee in there, fresh grapefruit, tequila, and a hibiscus and rose salt. Super refreshing and crushable. We also are known for the birds and the bees. It's our vodka that's fruity, not too sweet cocktail. Fresh hibiscus in there, a little elderberry, some yuzu, and a touch of Bianco vermouth. But they're all really easy drinking, served over crushed ice and tall glass. Is perfect for summer. We describe it as global comfort food. So you may find some southern dishes on there. You'll find flavors from Japan, Korea, Peru, Mexico. It's all over. Chefs traveled extensively all over the world. He's really inspired by those classic comfort food dishes from other countries, and he'll put his little spin on it in a way. And he comes up with some original stuff too, like our kimchi noodles. It's probably our signature dish. He makes his own kimchi. We make the noodles fresh every day. Hand roll them out to order, toss them in a wok with kimchi, a little bit of butter, water chestnuts, and sesame. That's a Chef Sean Kelly original dish, but inspired by Korean flavors with the kimchi and stuff on there too.
What about for the vegetarians in the group?
We've got a ton of vegetarian options and gluten-free options as well. There's only 6 things on the menu you can't have if you're gluten-free. But yeah, lots of vegetarian. We won best salads in the Healdsburg Readers Poll, so lots of beautiful salads. We've got curry deviled eggs that are one of our most popular items, totally vegetarian. Crispy mushroom egg rolls as well. And then down in the entrees, those kimchi noodles. We don't push fish sauce in our kimchi, so that's a fully vegetarian dish. We've got a lovely meze plate too that we just added on the menu. It's kind of Mediterranean, Middle Eastern style. We make our own flatbread and
That's fun.
cook it off to order. Yeah, that's a new one. We just put that on. But yeah, it's all of our salads and some nice shares and a couple entrees as well, vegetarian. So
Wonderful.
yeah,
Let's suck it today.
Cheers.
Shit. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
yay! Cheers.
That's good.
Definitely the taste of Spain.
Very good.
Yeah. Did I get you some happy hour snacks?
Sure. We'll get the full experience.
All right.
And I will say, if you're as unimaginative when it comes to food as me, they do have some of the best French fries here as well.
So the happy hour snacks kind of change. Sometimes we're going to do whatever, we're playing around with. Today we're offering our giardiniera. This is our pickled veg from the menu, the kind of Italian style pickled vegetables. And then Sean did a fun kind of curry Thai seasoned Chex Mix. So a little bit of spice to it, some fried Thai lime leaf in there as well. It's kind of a little twist on the classic Chex Mix.
Well, and these are complimentary with
They are complimentary with happy hour. Yeah.
They're crazy. Can't go wrong with that.
Salty snacks,
That was a lot of fun. Another good one to check off the list. And I really enjoyed their little bites as well. It's a fun little touch. So as good as Lo and Behold was, we're not done yet. So let's go on and head to the next. Where are we going next, David?
We're going to the Spirit Bar, which is part of the Healdsburg Hotel.
And here we are at the Spirit Bar. It's actually part of the Healdsburg Hotel. So you may recognize this building from driving through town. But we're excited to give the bar a try.
Yeah, and one thing, it's obviously part of the Healdsburg Hotel, which has got the Dry Creek Kitchen restaurant. And it's worth knowing that if you go on a Thursday, they have a locals menu, which I think is $50 or $55 per head, but you can take your own wine and you don't pay corkage. And the chef there is relatively new, probably the last 18 months, I want to say, like Shane. He's like awesome. So definitely go and check that out. So the Spirit Bar happy hour is actually on Thursday through Sunday, which is great. So it does cover the weekend. And then unlike a lot of the happy hours, it actually runs a little bit later. So it runs from 5 until 7:30. So definitely a great option here if you're here Friday through Sunday. Going?
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. So I've got a Bennett Valley Pinot.
And I tried their local, which is a gin and fever tree tonic. Pretty tasty.
Really?
We got here right at 5:30 when happy hour opened to give it a try, but as you see, it started to fill up behind us, with locals especially. It's a nice mix as evening goes on of who shows up, but it's always a good atmosphere here.
And the other thing is worth knowing, if you're into jazz on a Friday and a Saturday, they have live jazz starting at 6. So yeah, you can definitely enjoy some music, and you've got an hour and a half left of happy hour.
Can't beat that. Live music and happy hour.
Exactly. And then obviously it's not part of happy hour, but they do have a pretty good menu here. There's a lot of sort of snacks, small plates, bites. If I just look at the menu, I know I've had the tuna poke, which is really good. They do a burger, Spirit Bar burger, which is pretty well known. And then, yeah, just a whole bunch of lighter bites, so burrata toast, and then variety of journeyman cheeses and journeyman meats and cheeses. So yeah, definitely a good place to come, hang out, have a few light bites, and then head out elsewhere. So yeah, so that's the end of our little happy hour tour. It is worth mentioning we haven't had a chance to go to a few other ones which do have happy hour. So Spoon Bar, just on Healdsburg Avenue, has one. And then a couple of Mexican restaurants also have one.
Yeah, both Agave and Aranda's in town that took over the chalkboard space. Both have good happy hours as well, so they're certainly worth a try, even though we didn't fit it into this video.
And if you want to know more about Agave, you should check out our video all about the best 5 Mexican restaurants to go to in Healdsburg. Definitely check that out. And if you watched this video so far, then hopefully you're interested in Healdsburg and everything Healdsburg has got to offer. So we're BruingtonHargreaves, one of the top teams in Sonoma County for real estate. We did over $70 million in transactions last year. So if you've got anything you need to know to do with real estate in Sonoma County, Healdsburg, then get in touch. What's our number?
707-238-2112.